Try Nacho here, and I'm doing a video on what I think will possibly be in Forza Motorsport's track list, and this will be really interesting, but unfortunately they've restricted me to 7 for tracks and for the storyline as a bonus. So okay, let's get started with the list ASAP. Starting from number 7, Alton Park. And there's a reason why I chose this track. I think it feels slightly more better than some of the others, but it just feels a little bit more human compared to Suzuka Circuit. And it doesn't feel too human like Maple Valley or Fujimi Kaido, but it's just in the middle, and it's good. So it's in the Goldilocks zone, and it might not be the most exciting circuit, but it has something at least to think about, and it'll be a good track that I'd like. Better than the Prague circuit. That's rubbish. Don't even go in the comments saying, it's you're wrong, I'm right, Forza 5's the best game in the world. Tisn't. That's like saying Forza Motorsport 5 is the best thing in the universe. Tisn't. It's mediocre. But then for 6, it is Perka Drive, and I remembered this from being in James Bond GoldenEye, where James Bond had some sort of car chase. Not gonna ruin anything else, but he did it in the Aston Martin DB5, and he was running away from some baddies. But this car is really good. Not really good. This track specifically is really good. It isn't like if you ever check of Suzuka Circuit. It's more of a driving road where you can just take your nice Mazda MX-5 or your 5458, depending how rich you are, and you can still have a smile. Too bad Top Gear haven't been there yet. But they've been to some other circuits that I think should be in the game, but I'm not going to put in this list. But you might know. It's a Romanian circuit from 2009. Episode of Top Gear. Because that one's really nice, I must say. But then for number 5, how about if we mix it up with Monte Carlo Rally Circuit. This is actually a clever one, this is. Having a think about it, you know when Forza is owned by Microsoft, or the studio turned 10 is, and that's owned by Xbox, blah 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 bloody gook, business terms. They can possibly acquire the Toyota Yaris. There is a weird one, the WRC edition. I don't like Yarises, but I'll take it if they add more cars in. For example, the Subarus, Lancias, etc, etc, etc to the game, so we can go on this circuit and many more circuits. But the reason why this circuit is, you get snow in this one, and you get some ice, so it will be a good thing for sure, and it will show how good Forza will be. It will say to Project Cars and Need for Speed 2017, hey Project Cars, we've got actual circuits compared to you. Hey Need for Speed 2017, we have got better things than you have. You've only got day and night cycle probably, and many other things. So you better have something good up your sleeves, EA. We'll develop that in Need for Speed 2019 then. But then for the 4th one, this is also a good one. Suzuka Circuit. I actually do really love this circuit. I always remembered playing it in Forza Motorsport 4 and 5, and I thought, yeah, it's a good circuit. You get cars and everything right racing around it. Also, I think you get a tunnel underneath where you can have crisscross action And that is one good thing to think about, especially in 4K graphics. I would totally buy into that for sure, because you know what I am. I just like some of the F1 circuits. But this has had a recent accident in Formula 1 history. Not explaining it, because you probably know. Joe Bianchi died there. Just saying. I'm trying to not be negative now, but I must point it out. And probably for number 3, just to splash some happiness, we are gonna have the Goodwood Hill Climb, or the Festival's Speed Circuit. This is another good one. I really do like the curves and everything. I like new cars being tested here, and new people going here each year. I never really get to watch it in real life, so I usually have to watch it via some sort of TV network. I'm just saying, I have to go onto ITV or Motor TV network, whatever they call it. You can call it whatever, to be honest. But then, for number 2, can you give a drum roll for this, please? Because this is going to be a good one. Maple Valley! This is one of the best circuits in Forza, and it somehow survived from Forza Motorsport 1 till Forza Motorsport 4. And this really is a nice one. And the views are breathtaking, and it's a nice drift circuit to drift around. And I usually drift around this in Forza Motorsport 3. I think it was in my Audi R8 and Ferrari F430, Lamborghini Murcielago, etc, etc, etc. I brought the best supercars to this awesome land, and it showed me, yes, you are gonna get some nostalgia memories. Ferrari Nitro or M9, whatever you wanna call it. But having this in 4K graphics would really put a smile on my face. And for the first one, this is actually the best one. It has so many petitions online, and so many people begging to their floors, or whatever, or rugs or carpets. It is the Fujimi Kaido circuit, and what the Fujimi Kaido circuit is, it is a nice track, but unfortunately it ain't real. But as a bonus thing, you do get to drive really nice cars around there. And I remember seeing this in a Forza Motorsport 3 trailer, where I think they had a Audi R8 in it, drifting around some of the corners. But then, when the fans got to play Forza Motorsport 3, put all sorts of decals and vinyls, and added spoilers to every car in the game, it made it look like a professional drift circuit, or a nice driving road. And this is what we need more in Forza. Less of Prague and Dubai, that rubbish Yas Marina circuit. Just saying, it's rubbish. And more of the tracks that I came up with. But we have got millions or hundreds of tracks to choose from. And I had to whittle 7 down. And you can probably guess, they are all good tracks for sure. Especially Alton Park and Fujimi Kaido. Also, I got 7 ideas for Forza Motorsport 7's storyline. Starting from number 1, make it something relatable. Here's the problem with all the Forza titles. They didn't really have any story to do with the motorsport. I know it's not supposed to have a title or anything, or storyline, but I think it needs it these days, cause games like Need for Speed and Project Cars 2 are going to basically... Project Cars 2 probably won't have its proper storyline, but Need for Speed will. But Forza can develop some other kind of relatable story that is different to Horizon, where it's basically a driver wants to get back into motorsport, and then he had a crash a few years ago, but he wants to basically prove everyone wrong, or she, that they want to drive lots and lots of racing cars, and you have to start from the bottom and go from the top. And for number 2, this could be awesome with the storyline. Add more showcases that are woven in. And the reason why I think it should be woven in is because, for example, if you had them separately, no one would really care. They'll just complete the story just like a German Shepherd would, to eating all of the food. They'll just gobble it up and not feel very satisfied afterwards. But the way I see it is, if they have a decent story or something like that, or decent showcase events like a Mini, I guess, you can have new Mini versus old Mini or something like that. Or you have to go against certain drivers like Jenson Button or Mark Webber at endurance racing. That'll be quite neat. And then you have prizes. For example, you could have like vinyls on your racing car, exclusive to the drivers, and you can just have more fun, to be honest. But then for free, add some characters that are hyper, relaxed, arrogant, nice, many other feelings. And this would actually be quite good in Forza, and it would actually show that Forza does feel a little bit more homely, and you've got characters to relate to. For example, your character can be very nervous or something like that, and that just when they go to the track, they feel really happy. And if there's, for example, a person, for example, Darius Flint, after Horizon 1, he says, I'm gonna beat everyone in this. And then he does. And at the end, you have to go against Darius Flint to get a new title of going into Renault Formula 1, I guess. That'll be neat. And then you can unlock certain categories. For example, you go to sports cars, to supercars, to hypercars, to endurance, to etc, etc, etc. The sky's no limit for this. And then for number 4, with certain cars, replacing, you know the thing, Forza Vista. It's as bad as Windows Vista. And then you get to have your own events with some of the cars. And they did this with Forza Motorsport 4, I think. But I think they should keep to the same numbers. 25 cars. And you can have at least one race or one event. For example, for the Mini you could have the Italian job. And you could be, for example, trying to run over or try to collect 50 gold ingots in, I guess, Furka or something like that. Maple Valley. Or you can add the Aston Martin DB5, for example, chase, have a car chase against a new Aston Martin DB11 in the Furka Pass, where they can go at 007 versus 007. That will be quite neat. And it'll be quite a nice Easter egg. But then, if you complete all 24 car events, you get one bonus car. For example, I think it should be something like the... I know a really good one. Bugatti Chiron. And you got to do one huge race for it. For example, 50 laps around Le Mans to complete this event. And then it'll give you some sort of way to get the Bugatti Veyron, and it'll be added to the auto show or something like that for you to buy. That will be something really fun. And then for 5, have drift defense. Many people want this, other than me, because I'm a sado. But most YouTubers I usually see usually say, how about if we have more drift events? So they should carry on from Forza Horizon 3 with the drift events. And then, I guess, at certain points in the track, at certain drift events, they should get, for example, 60,000, 40,000 or 20,000, I guess. For the stars, 20,000 could be 1 star, 40,000 could be 2 stars, 60,000 could be 3 stars, and then you've got to compete with your friends and clubs, I guess, to get the top score. So it's not just about racing, it could be about drifting, and that will be a nice thing. But for the final thing is, have a rewarding prize at the end of the game if you finish the storyline. After you've had tons of fun in Forza Motorsport 7, depending if it's good or bad. Let's hope it isn't a rush job like Forza Motorsport 5. And then, if it's good, we get to have a good prize, for example, having a chance to sit in the Formula 1 car, Renault RS 2017, or 17, and then you get to have a huge race, and then you get to be in Renault's team, I guess. That'll be slick, that would. I would buy into it, after having a nice time in motorsport. And that's about it for today. What are your opinions on the video? I'll likely check your opinions in the video. So bye from Fry Nitro. Please like and subscribe, and bye.